Hey everybody! So here is finally the long awaited for nail video. Um, at first I was on the phone with my girlfriend and I was like, oh, this will be cool. We can just shoot the shit and talk while I do my nails, and it is not appropriate for all ages. So I had to take out the audio and put in some music, and I have to use YouTube music because I've been flagged so many times for copyright content. So hopefully this music does not put you to sleep. But today I'm just gonna do a fill, and I was only gonna do it on my one hand, the good hand. But I wanted to also show you that if you practice and you do your nails enough, you'll get better with your left, or your non-dominant hand, I should say. But all of these materials I get from, I don't get them online or anything, I just get them from this little local beauty supply store, and pretty reasonable. Right now I'm putting on the primer, and on the pinky I actually put it in 2 spots because I didn't break it, but part of the nail was lifting. I've had this set of nails on for 3 months, I believe. And so as you have your acrylic over your nails, it's gonna lift off and it's not gonna stay forever. So it's good to take it off and do a new set. So I'll probably be doing that with the next fill. But this set, I actually started with sculptured nails. Oh my god, I love sculptured. I will not go back to using tips. So when you're doing acrylic, you need to make sure that that brush is wet at all times. You don't want the acrylic to dry in your brush, or guess what? There goes your $10 brush. It's not going to be good at all anymore. So I'm using my nippers just to see if there's any more loose spots on the pinky before I start to fill it, because I don't want an air pocket in there, because air pockets are how you can get mold and get stuff stuck underneath there. So you start with just a little ball of acrylic, and I'm working it into, because the whole top is not, I wish I would have zoomed in more, but this is my first time filming myself doing doing my nails, so bear with me. But if you start with a small ball, you can always add more. With acrylic, the more you put on, the more filing you're going to do later. So you always want to start with a little bit and then add more. And this isn't really a how-to necessarily, but some of the tips that I have is you do not want the acrylic to touch your skin. If you put the acrylic on and you're like, oh, I'll just fix that later or file it off later, if it's touching your skin, you're going to have lifting. So what I do is when I'm doing the part by the cuticle, and you'll see this later in the video, I'll tap it, I'll put the little ball of acrylic about 1/4 of an inch away from the cuticle, and then I'll push the acrylic closer. I push the acrylic around and then smooth it out. You'll see in the next nail. Let's wait and see what the next nail looks like. Okay, now for the next nail. So you see where I was talking about, you put the ball and then tap. So it's almost touching. You don't want it to touch your cuticle at all. And then make sure you re-wet in the liquid, and that'll smooth out the acrylic. And once you get good, you should be able to do your fill in one pass. The pinky took me forever because it was cracked, but as you can see, I'm already moving on to the third nail. So doing a fill doesn't take that long at all. Just make sure you keep cleaning that brush. Wipe off any excess. Make sure you have paper towel, extra paper towel. And the reason I moved my powder to the side is because I have accidentally knocked over that powder before. And the smart thing to do is to get a little dish and put about the amount of powder that you'll think you'll be using. So just in case you do tip it over, you don't tip over your whole thing of powder. Because, yeah. Even though it's not that expensive anymore, when I first started, I used Creative. That was the brand I used, but you can still get it now. It's CNB or something. There's initials on it, but you can ask for the Creative brand, and that is really, really nice. But the primer, because I haven't done nails in so long, like I got my license in '92, so it's been a long time, probably like early 2000s since I paid for and bought new supplies. But the reason I went to this beauty shop is because the girl who was doing my nails told me where to go, and the primer that she uses is amazing. I have no lifting. I can go, instead of doing a fill every 2 weeks, I can do a fill once a month actually. And even after that month, they still don't lift. Like, I love this primer. Actually, I'm moving to Texas, so I need to go buy like 3 more of those primers before I leave. But here you see me always cleaning the brush, making sure you got lots of liquid on there, because that's the worst thing. My brush was so, the very, very first time I did my nails, it took me 3 hours. They were so thick and so lumpy, it looked like the mountains. Like, I think it took me 3 hours to put the acrylic on, and then probably the next day to actually file them and get them to look halfway decent. It was just bad, really, really bad. But nowadays you can get practice nails and do some practice nails. So after the thumb, I was pretty much out of liquid, but even though I'm gonna do the other hand, while that brush is sitting there, while I get the stuff ready for the next hand, I don't want any acrylic in that brush that would dry into the brush. So to clean your brush, all you do is use the liquid to clean it. You don't need any type of special brush cleaner or anything like that. But I do advise you, if you are doing your nails for the first time, when you go buy everything, make sure you're spending a decent amount on the brush, because the brush is everything. If you have a shitty brush, your nails are going to be shitty. And always buy 2. Because you might be in the middle of doing your nails at 8 o'clock at night and you mess up your brush and then you're screwed. So I'm just adding the primer. This nail has a little chip on the side. So I'm putting the primer on there so that the acrylic will stick to wherever it touches the naked nail. And there is no brand names for this. It actually just says liquid. And the powder just says powder. Well, I have clear and I have natural. And to me, it doesn't really make a difference. I just throw whatever's available. Oh, here I'm making sure that you check that you have that roundness to your nail. I see so many people that get their nails done and they don't have that natural curve and it just goes straight out and it actually looks like cow hoofs or horse hoofs. And it's just so unattractive. So if you want your nails to really look natural, you want that curve at the top. You want it higher. You want the height to be right at the end of the tip of your finger and then arch over and come down. And you can actually file your nails that way too. You can put if you have natural flat nail beds, you can add the acrylic on your nails to put an arch in there. So if it does touch the nail, add some more liquid to your brush, or touch the skin, sorry. Add some liquid to your brush and take that excess off so it's not touching your nail. Touching your skin. I keep saying nail. I should have just explained this as I was doing it, but like I said, I was on the phone, so we were talking about some crazy shit. We were talking about guys, relationships, but she was going off about her job, so I don't really want to post that on here. She probably wouldn't care, but we were dropping the F-bomb a lot that night. And I apologize for the lighting too, because I was doing this at, I want to say 1:30 in the morning. And I was packing, so you'll see in a later clip, you'll see all the boxes stacked up in my living room. And what I love about acrylic, I don't know about gel because I've never done gel nails. It just seems so toxic to me that you have to cook your fingers under that light to cure it. Like, I don't know. Something doesn't seem right about the gel. They look gorgeous, but I will probably never do nails. My next step is to learn how to sculpture because I absolutely love sculptured. Absolutely love it. Like, especially for coffin nails or stiletto. I wish I knew somebody here that I could practice on and I'd do a free set. Actually, I'm moving to Dallas, so if somebody wants to be my guinea pig and let me practice on their nails and lives in Dallas, let me know. I'll give you a free set. It might take me a while because it'll be my first time, but come on, it's a free set of nails. I do designs too. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to. Actually, I'll probably will just film it. But if you guys don't want to see nail stuff on my hair channel or nail stuff on my Jamaica channel, let me know because I won't post it anymore. But I'm going to design my nails for my trip. I'm actually going to have a white party for my birthday, so I'm going to do this white glittery beautiful set, and I will probably videotape that. But I think I'm gonna have my nail girl paint my nails white for me because with white polish it takes forever to dry, and I'm not a patient person. Like when I paint my nails at home, I can actually go to the bathroom with wet nails, and I know how to do it. But with white nails, any little fingerprint or touching the edge or anything messes it up. So I think I'm going to go get her to polish the base of it, and then I'll design it when I get home. Or I'll bring my stuff to the place. Oh, I wonder if she would care. She probably wouldn't even care. I could probably bring my design stuff with me. Sorry, I had to light a cigarette. I might do that and do it at the shop. And then give her some props because she works at My Nails in Stockton, California. She does, and her name is Quy. Q-U-Y. Alright, so I think I've rambled enough, I believe. Just enjoy watching, enjoy the music, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, I'm all done and the brush is clean. You really want to make sure that brush is clean. So you're going to file the sides first, and then file the top, make sure it's smooth, and then file the tip to make sure it's square. I was going to shut it off after that, but I actually show you how I'm going to do it. And then also when you're filing the top, it'll be cloudy where you've sanded, and it'll be smooth where it needs to be sanded. So if you have a bump, a lump or a bump in your nail, you have to make sure you file so it's smooth all the way around. And I'm just taking off the extra on the side, making sure there's nothing that'll get caught. Because with my hair especially, like if you don't get those sides smooth, you can get this little crevice that'll, your hair will get caught in it. Adjusting the camera and the light. Yeah, I use the light from my phone for this whole thing. It's crazy. And I also put, I don't think I have it on there now, but I put a towel on my lap because it will generate a lot of dust. And if you're wearing pants that you're going to wear later, you don't want to get all that dust everywhere. You still want to maintain that round shape. So right by the cuticle, you want it to be low. And then you have the arch, and then right at the tip, you want that to be relatively thin, because otherwise, if it's too thick, you're not going to be able to pick anything up. And a lot of people are like, how do you do stuff with long nails like that? These are short for me. I actually cut off, I don't know if in my previous video you can see, but I cut off almost a ½ an inch off of each nail. And these feel so short to me right now. But I cut them short so I could put my, I do my own braids too. And I was not going to be able to do my braids with the long nails like they were. Well, I probably could have, but you know. So now I'm just going to continue to file all of these. You want to hold it up in front of you to make sure you have that nice round arch. And then I'll show you later that you flip your hand up the opposite way so that you can make sure that it's square. Look at my facial expressions. And excuse my eyebrows because I just microbladed those too. I microblade eyebrows. Like, I do all my beauty stuff myself. Like, it saves so much money. But I'll let you watch this, and then the next clip is kind of dark, but then I'll show you a picture of the finished nails.